Good morning, Ms. Asim. Good morning, Ms. Killian. Good morning, General.
Good morning, Chair.
Good morning, Chair. Chair, we've been provided overnight with a supplementary statement from the witness. And we have read through it. It is marked file 10D. Can I ask that it be admitted into the record as file 10D?
It is so admitted. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, General.
Good morning, Commissioners.
General, I see that your statement is not signed. Do you have file 10D in front of you?
Got it?
Can you have a look at the statement? It's 22 typed pages and then annexures.
Yes.
Was the statement prepared by you?
Yes, assisted by my legal team.
And can you confirm that the contents of the statement are true and correct?
That is what I confirm, my Commissioner.
Can I ask that nevertheless, during the adjournment, you sign the statement so that we can have a signed version on record?
Yes, I will consult with the legal team.
Thank you. And then, General, I propose, I can assure you that we have read the entire statement. It's been provided to the commissioners. Can I propose to you that we deal with the contents of the statement as and when those issues arise during the course of questioning?
That's correct.
So we're not ignoring the statement. It's just that we'll deal with it at the appropriate stage in the proceedings.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Ms. Asim, which files do you suggest we should have at the moment?
Yes.
It gets a bit crazy when we have to turn and look and look. Let's have them before us right away. I know at some point we'll have to go to what's behind us.
So for the purposes of today, I'm going to be relying mainly on the WhatsApp conversations between witness F and the witness and various other people, and those will be found in files 7, 8, and 9.
7, 8, 9. Thank you.
Do you have files 7, 8, and 9 in front of you, General?
Yes, I do, Chair, but I just want to quickly ask something for the guidance of the commissioners. That whilst I understand that the witness F had already taken a stand and was in the middle of his testimony, and when he fell ill and is still continuing, is still expected to come back and continue. And at this point in time, I don't know the reason or the strategy that could have been behind witness F not being able to continue. Then in the meantime, I get involved and have to respond. I want to ask, can't it be that witness F must complete his testimony, and having completed his testimony, then I come respond to witness F's testimony? Now I'm sitting here, he testified, then stop, then have to respond, then come and say things that are different, then which means I'll have to come back again and respond on certain things. So I was just wondering, Chair, if it is possible to ask for that, but if not, with what he has said, I will respond. But from me, where I'm sitting, I was saying, in all fairness, we were supposed to have a witness testifying, complete his testimony, then respond. Then I can respond everything in total.
Thank you, General. What you say makes perfect sense, and under normal circumstances, that would have been our preference as well. But right now, we have no extension, and the commission is supposed to finalize its investigation by the 17th of March. So we have reached a stage where we have serious scheduling issues. For example, some witnesses taking ill, other witnesses requesting postponements, which we have granted. So we are running into serious scheduling problems. So for that reason, we have opted that we proceed with your testimony. To the extent that issues may arise around witness F testifying or finalizing his testimony after you, we will do everything possible to make sure that you will not be prejudiced. We will decide on how to address that after his testimony, but we will do everything possible to make sure that you are not prejudiced. If we postpone now, it means we lose today and tomorrow, for example, because nothing else is scheduled.
Chair, we didn't want any postponement because I also want to see this matter behind my back, because I haven't been sleeping for months because of many platforms I'm involved in. Now, the only question is that, suppose I say now here that I turned left. Witness have come tomorrow and say, no, he turned right.
Yes.
And I put the following reasons, for reasons unknown to me, to the witness F himself. I don't know who's working with, who's dealing with, but witness F says, no, this is what happened, 1, 2, 3. Everything in the negative towards what I have already testified on. The evidence leader says to me, can I ask you to sign? Then I'm going to sign and commit to this version. He's going to come and pick my version or the version of what happened, because mostly we're dealing also with misinformation, disinformation, misleading. And the next thing, I'm going to run into a situation where I say, this is how something happened. And somebody says, no, witness F, and then it goes out viral and say, no, witness F is really negating everything what General Sibiya is saying. Now I'm prejudiced, even if the judge, even if the chair and the commissioners do not intend to prejudice me, but the bottom line is, we are dealing with a man who must still commit himself to his version. And already there were certain points that were highlighted as not being truthful or not. Now, we're banking on something that is not truthful at this point in time. And now I'm going to be asked questions on that. I'm going to focus on that and be responding on that. Whereas at the ultimate end, it comes again, shift, change. I don't know who you consult with. So all I'm saying is that, with respect, Chair, I still believe that we could go, because witness F is the very last witness in any event. There are many people who testified that where we could actually go with all those people that testify. Witness F is one of the last that we could be starting with him. So I'm saying, I don't think we can lose a day if we are to focus on everything that we have, that we've heard about General Sibiya. Witness F just came yesterday. So we can put witness F aside, let him come testify, and then we run on what we have. Because there's witness C. Why can't we start with witness C? Because witness C is the first one who spoke. And the witness C implicated me the same way. So I'm asking, in all fairness, let's start where it started from the beginning.
Uh, General, on what we have read, there's quite a substantial portion of evidence that relates to witness F and on which you must be engaged. For that to be halted when you are already in the witness stand and only to be dealt with at a later stage, that will be quite disruptive in terms of the flow of the testimony. So yes, Mr. Hassan.
Chair, if I may add to that to say that the way in which I have prepared the evidence is thematically. So it cross-cuts over different parts of the evidence, including witness C and witness F, in the same theme. So it wouldn't make sense to go through witness by witness who's come before, because it's not a sensible way of approaching the evidence. So I propose that we continue as planned. And just to add that we have provided the witness with the WhatsApp chats in advance and the statement of witness F, the full statement, even though he hasn't gotten to the end of it yet, and the transcripts as far as they go.
Thank you. Ms. Killian, do you wish to say anything?
Chair, thank you. I think the proposal by the Chair that we continue and see how much we can do today, make a decision about continuation tomorrow, is something that we all should bear in mind when we approach this matter. The WhatsApps of witness F has been made available. We've had an opportunity to consult on that, and we have a version.
Yes.
I think we can get very far with that approach.
Yes. Thank you. General, if there must be a ruling, the ruling is that we will continue with what's before us in the manner in which the evidence leader, Ms. Hassim, has structured her questioning, and indeed in accordance with what the commissioners may also wish to raise with you, whatever that may touch on. That's the ruling.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. If we can begin then, General. I want to start with your relationship with Mr. Matlala. In the ad hoc committee, in the ad hoc committee in Parliament, in your written statement and in your oral evidence, you said that you met Mr. Matlala for the first time in February 2024. In the statement before this commission, you say you met him sometime in January. Why did you change your statement in this commission?
Chair, I met Mr. Matlala for the first time when he came to the office with his lawyer. That was the first time I met Mr. Matlala. Now, as far as I'm concerned, there's a date because the letter wrote a letter. The lawyer wrote a letter that I had responded to and said, please do come then to the office rather than meeting somewhere on the side. Because it was a call. And then I said, no, let it be official. Let your lawyer write the letter and come to the office. Meet me official in the office.
Yes, my question is why the difference in the dates? In one sworn statement, you say February, and in the other, January. I'm just trying to understand what changed.
I don't even want to refer it as a typo. It's something that I know, because even there in Parliament, I said I met him for the first time when he came to see me in relation to the same issue that I'm talking about. So whether maybe I could have said February, or maybe at that point in time I didn't have that in front of me, but the first time I met Mr. Matlala is when he came to the office.
So your current version is it was January 2024.
As per the letter and the days that I have in the file.
Okay. And what do you say Mr. Matlala came to see you about?
Mr. Matlala was awarded a tender by the South African Police Service to provide the Medicare 24 tender. And then he is expected to use the they call it medical facility, the hospital facility in the colleges. In other words, when a student fall ill or whatever the student may need is in-house on site. Now he says, I've been awarded this tender, but I also have a lease agreement where Public Works allows me to go in there and occupy the space, because according to the lease agreement I have with Public Works, I am the lawful occupier of this property.
On the tender, you say the Medicare 24 tender. Which tender specifically are you speaking about?
I don't know of any other tender other than the Medi 24.
Is that the tender to provide medical services to trainees and to members?
That's what I know so far.
But that tender was only awarded in June 2024. So if that's the tender you're referring to, it couldn't be that he was talking to you about it in January 2024. It was only awarded to him in June 24.
Yes, and it doesn't change anything to what I'm saying, because if it was awarded in June 2024, and he says, I've been awarded this tender, but I'm not being allowed to use the premises or the facility. Now, if he comes at a later stage, because all I can say, whether when it was awarded or not, when it was not awarded, it's not where I fit in. All I'm saying is that I met him for the first time on the date he came to see me.
Yes, but you said that I asked you what did he come to see you about? And you said it was to discuss the problem that he was having with this tender, because he couldn't fulfill the tender properly unless he had access to those premises that you're referring to. And you said it was a Medicare 24 tender, and that this was January 2024. I'm saying he couldn't have discussed that with you in January 2024 because he was only awarded that tender in June 2024. Yes. If he came to speak to you about that tender, he was talking to you at a time that was actually quite a sensitive time in the procurement process because he hadn't yet received the tender. How did he know he had it?
I don't agree. Let's go to the document itself and read from the letter of the lawyer, and that because he had that tender, it's attached. It's attached in the document. We have it.
That's why I'm trying to establish with you which tender. Was it something else that he had?
Well, I'm asking, Chair, let's go to the document because we have it.
Sure. Can you take us there?
Because he was in the presence of his lawyer. So there's no way that he couldn't have had it. He had it already. It was there.
That's fine. You could take us to the document and we can...
General Sibiya, in paragraph 163 of your statement on page 53, you say, during or about January 2024, when I was acting National Commissioner, Matlala set up an appointment to visit me at my office with his attorneys. And then you say on his visit, he was indeed accompanied by the attorney. Matlala complained that he had been awarded a tender but was not allowed to use the facility. But the problem is in this section of your affidavit, you don't refer to any annexure. So you just say what you say, but you don't refer to any annexure or any attachment. So
we have it. Can we get it, please? We do have it, and Chair, as far as I'm concerned,
Ms. Killian, do you have an idea what the document the General is referring to is?
It's not attached to the statement, but it is in possession of us as well as the witness.
May we have a copy then? Because according to Ms. Killian, it has not been shared with the Commission. And what exactly is that document, General? What's the nature?
Chair, he attaches the tender
Or the tender itself.
And then he attaches the lease agreement with Public Works, to which
The 360 million.
That is correct, Chair.
All right, all right.
to which the Public Works just recently cancelled that lease agreement, but he came in possession of that lease agreement. So in the document that I'm going to provide is a lawyer's letter that refers this whole thing, including the May 24 tender, including the lease agreement that he brought to the office. We have it.
That's fine, General. If you could provide us with that, it would help to shed some light on it.
Perhaps do you want to look for it over the tea break, General?
Yes, Chair. I have it here. I think you must be. I have other files in the room. I think we'll get it.
Right. Let's continue, Mr.
Okay, thank you. So in January 2024, when you first met Mr. Matlala, were you not aware that there were serious allegations of corruption against Mr. Matlala? Corruption within the SAPS?
Yes, there were no any allegations against Mr. Matlala.
No, there were allegations. There were allegations because this is January 2024. And the allegations against him arose in the context of the Tembisa Hospital scandal. And you recall that issue, that problem.
I didn't follow that matter much because, as far as I'm concerned, it wasn't saying Mr. Matlala is involved in 1, 2, 3 because Mr. Matlala was a service provider to the South African Police Service and he participated actively in the activities of the South African Police Service at the college. In other words, when there is a police day or whatever events that is taking place in the police, when we go to the stadium where there are a lot of police and then you find that there are gazebos of different service providers, each and everyone giving their own expertise of what they're dealing with their business. May 24 will also be there. And they will all go with Minister, National Commissioner, everybody meeting each and every one of them, including him. His wife, you find that they are doing the blood pressures there, testing sugar. Then this one will tell you about our insurance, our policy. This one.
Let me pause you.
I'm just showing how they were all participating there.
Let me pause you. I accept that he was a service provider within the SAPS and that he remained a service provider for some time. But what I'm asking you in your position is about allegations against him of corruption and his involvement in particular in the Tembisa Hospital scandal. And the reason I ask you that is because there was media coverage of his involvement in that scandal and in the blue lights, illegal use of blue lights within the city of Johannesburg, Ekurhuleni, and in Johannesburg. So that was as early as February 2023, that media coverage. And I link it to the scandal, the Tembisa Hospital scandal, for this reason, because it wasn't a minor story in the news. It was attracting a lot of public attention, that scandal, because of the assassination of a whistleblower, Babita Deokaran. And it was, which was in 2021. Do you recall that?
No, I don't. I only know about the murder of Ms. Deokaran, and I remember I was not in the police at that time. I was in the city of Joburg.
Now, I accept that, but you didn't have to be in the police to hear about it because it was streaming news at the time. And it was, in fact, so significant that President Ramaphosa himself commented in August 2021 about that incident and specifically, spoke to it publicly, saying that we must not allow the perpetrators to go unpunished in that case. So it was a massive story. It wasn't a small issue.
If you remember very well, people were arrested. Those that were said to be involved, they were arrested.
Yes, that's correct. The hitmen were arrested. And what the president was talking about was who ordered the hits. And what the media coverage was about was what was the motive behind it. So there was still an investigation, as it continues today, by the way, including by the SIU and the Hawks. You would know, I'm sure.
I don't know.
So you're not aware of the scandal, the Tembisa Hospital scandal, and the many, many media reports that implicated Mr. Matlala?
No. Because if Mr. Matlala was, let's say, the main player, or he was involved, to date he's not arrested. To date, he's not arrested. And above all, my employer, who did due diligence, gave him a tender of 360 million. My employer's got intelligence. He's got connections with IDEC, with NPA, with everybody. My employer, who signed the final document that says he must be awarded this tender, knew about the situation. I was not in the police. But if they gave him that tender and they worked well with him, even General Sintumula in her supplementary said, Mr. Matlala, nobody knew about his involvement.
I'm asking about what you knew. You're saying this media coverage passed, as a top detective in this country, you've said, this passed you by, all of this media coverage.
Commissioners, I must indicate, yes. Thanks for saying as a top detective, I am one. But what is important to note is that if a case is resolved, is +1 in the bag, I don't run with it anymore because we run with current affairs. As another case comes, we run with, let's say for instance, that Tembisa story happened, but there are people arrested, the case is under control, there's no need to interject or to intervene. But then someone else somewhere in the country, big case happens, then we run with that case, we all go in there. I was at all material times where the National Commissioner was. I was with him at all material times. So whatever that is happening somewhere and there were arrests, it's no longer a subject of us having to intervene and getting involved in it.
So you're saying that the matter was resolved because the actual hitmen were arrested, and therefore it was resolved. There was no need to do any further investigation as to who ordered the hit, because that was the issue.
You are very wrong in saying that, because I've never said that.
So it wasn't a closed issue then. It remained under. Are you aware that the SIU and the Hawks are investigating?
I wasn't aware, and it wasn't for me to make any such follow-up, because then the question would be, what was my interest to follow up in those things?
I'm not asking if you followed up. I'm asking about your knowledge of it, because I'm asking for this reason, and of course these were allegations, but if you are aware that other law enforcement arms and the SAPS itself is investigating an individual, would you not be circumspect in your relationship with that individual?
One thing that you must remember how the police work is that what IDEC investigate, I don't know, not even the National Commissioner is aware of. What SIU works on and what they're handling, I won't know.
The whole country knew.
The whole country doesn't know what they're investigating. They will know 1, 2, 3 because maybe it was in the public space. But that what is authorized in terms of the proclamation by the president to the SIU, I won't know from where I'm sitting, even if I'm the top cop. There are cases that might be involving me. I won't know about them. So all I'm saying, Chess, is that I cannot be expected to know what is happening in the IDEC or in the SIU. Yeah. I won't know.
Yes, I'm not asking you about the details of the investigations of the SIU or anyone else. It's a very simple point. It's that the whole country knew the name Mr. Matlala, and that he was linked, one, to the illegal use of blue lights, and this was known from at least 2023, February 2023, because it was in the media. And the second thing that was known was that he was implicated in the Tembisa Hospital scandal. So there were allegations, he was under investigation. And what I'm probing with you is, how is it that you, as the top detective in the country, were not aware that he was implicated?
I think let's start here. How is it that the South African Police Service got to give him a tender, award him a tender of that amount of money?
I accept that. Let me stop you because
Ms. Hazim, maybe unduly curtailing your questioning, but we do not seem to be making headway. Do you let us decide what we want to do about this issue, and don't you want to move on, perhaps?
I'll take that, Chair.
Yes.
The point I'm making is that as someone in your position, you should have been aware of who Mr. Matlala was at that time. But I heard your response that you were not.
Comment, General, if you want to.
No, it's an unreasonable question. It's an unfair question because I'm not expected to know every case that happens in the country. And also, in particular, if it is not being investigated by the detectives. If it is from outside, I won't know the details of that case. Let's say the blue light issue I never saw myself. And quite honestly speaking, and I didn't know the intricacies involved within that blue light issue of Ekurhuleni. So I didn't know. And then I cannot be expected or ask a question as to what it was widely known or publicized. I didn't know.
Thank you.
Sorry, Ms. Hassan, before you proceed, Morning General,
Morning.
just to clarify something for me, you said earlier on that when there would be such events, service providers would be called, and Mr. Matlala's company, Medicare, also had a stand. Is this before or after the award of the Medicare contract, what you are describing, his presence?
After the award.
Okay.
Including even being approached as a sponsor.
Yes.
And he did sponsor as well.
Thank you. You've clarified. Thank you.
Thank you. So, General, you said your relationship began in January 2024, but it wasn't confined to just that meeting in January 2024, correct?
Let's fix it. Let's not say your relationship, because it was not a relationship. We met as a person who came to complain.
Right. And how many times after January 2024 did you interact with Mr. Matlala?
I can't say how many times, but I know where I'm sitting. I've met Mr. Matlala less than 5 times in my whole life.
Less than 5 times?
I'm saying
physically?
so. Yes.
And not physical meetings, but other communication?
Communications, if I have spoken to Mr. Matlala on the phone, I think it will be less than 3 times. I wasn't really interacting with Matlala. I never was used to talk to him regularly. It's not a kind of a person I was talking to.
Okay, so there might be an explanation for that, and witness F testified about this. If I could just take you to what he said, and it's his transcript from 4 February.
Which file, Ms. Hassan?
I'll tell you in a moment, Commissioner.
The transcript's in 10A.
It's 10A.
Yeah.
The 4 February transcript starts at page 219. And 219. And the page I'd like you to go to is page 230.
I'm not sure if I'm at the right page, but it says it start witness F. I would not know, Commissioner.
That's the
All
correct
right.
page. So the line is, well, just for context, let me say this is when witness F says that he had also arrived at your office at that meeting with Mr. Matlala. And if you go to line 20, witness F says, on my arrival to General Sibiya's office, I delivered Mr. Matlala. Then General Sibiya said to me, because most of the times his phone is off or silent, he might be in the meetings or parliament. Does Mr. Kat Matlala mind to communicate with him via me if he does not have a problem with that, for in case or when he does not find him on his phone? And he goes on to say he didn't have any problem with that. Do you see that?
Yes, I see.
And
Can I comment on it?
yes, just before you comment on it, and I want to take you to one other reference. It's on the same.
Ms. Hassim, our experience is that the general has said he prefers to comment as and when an issue is touched on, because it derails him if several issues are touched on, and then he's
Yes.
required to comment right at the end. Perhaps let's let the general comment now.
Thanks, Chair. It's the same issue.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's not a different issue.
Yes.
But maybe I can just, instead of taking time going to the page of the transcript, if I can just say what it is. It's the same issue.
Yeah.
And if you can respond to both at the same time, because it's about the communications between you and Mr. Matlala via witness F. And what witness F said in response to this question by Advocate Chaskelson, who asked how frequent was it for Mr. Matlala and General Sibiya to meet, witness F said, I would not know exactly, but I would know that Mr. Matlala would send me messages vis-a-vis General Sibiya would send messages that tell Kat or Kat tell General Sibiya, meaning he was passing messages between what he says is Kat, Mr. Matlala. He says messages between Kat to you, and you would say pass a message to Kat. So those are the two parts of the evidence. Same issue, that witness F is the go-between between you and Mr. Matlala. You can comment on that now.
Now, my office is structured. I've got administration, I've got a messenger, I've got a PA, I've got a staff officer. And when there is someone down there and they call, one of them will be the one to go and fetch Mr. Matlala, of which that was the case. He was fetched by one of the ladies in the office. Immediately after the meeting, they went and they took him out party, went to a certain brigadier. I don't know which brigadier, because apparently there's Brigadier Glenda Bukaba, and there is also Brigadier, the lady was testifying. I don't know where she's based, but they say, my PA says, no, I went to fetch him, then I took him, after the meeting, I took him there. So what Mr. Matlala, what Mr. or Witness F is saying, I don't agree with it, because remember, Witness F is not an administrator, it's an operational member. It is not sitting in office waiting to be called to confess someone. It's mostly not even in the office. Now, bearing in mind at the back of our mind the relationship between Mr. Matlala and Witness F, should it happen that Mr. Matlala contacted Witness F and say, I will be coming to see General Sibiya, will you be in the office and everything? That's their discussion. But from where I'm sitting, one thing that I wanted these commissioners to know is that I was a very active head of detective, going with the national commissioner, engaging in meetings with the national commissioner and other senior officials, wherever they were on a daily basis, in such a way. The point I'm trying to drive home is that my office was running as professional as possible, not friendship and Matlala is coming, go fetch Matlala for me there, no. When they came and then they go to the security reports and say, there is Mr. So-and-so here, one of the ladies will, and then they will ask me and say, Are you aware? Are you waiting for so and so and so to say yes? And they say, okay, we're going to fetch him down there. And that's what happened.
So now I accept that. I'm asking about your continued interaction with Mr. Matlala. What witness F says is that he would pass messages between you and Mr. Matlala. That's the aspect that I'm probing.
If he shows you those messages, I will be happy to say these are the messages that I was passing between me and Mr. Matlala. I know in some instances he did say, okay, this is what I received, this is what I forwarded, or this is what I said, I received this is what I said. But I can safely say I would not pass messages to witness F and say, like on a day like that one where he's to be fetched from there to come and see me. So there was no frequent communication with Mr. Matlala. It would happen where we did speak. It happened because I made it a point not to be too close to him because I wasn't it was the beginning of knowing him as well.
Okay.
Just to make sure I understand, General. So are you saying that it is not true that in December 2024, you called witness 23 or 24 December 2023. You called witness F to your office and asked him to fetch someone who was downstairs. Are you saying that did not happen?
That did not happen. And my secretary, my PA can come actually attest to that.
And so you deny that that person was Mr. Matlala, obviously, if you say you never made the request to witness F.
Yes.
And you also deny that you then asked witness F to be the go-between you and Mr. Matlala. You never made any such request to witness F.
I never made any such request for him to be the go-in-between.
Yes.
Whilst I'm not denying the fact that sometimes I might have communicated something where you find that it is between me and either with Mr. Matlala, it will happen.
All right. No, I just wanted to make sure so that I in my mind, I don't proceed on the basis of what appeared to be a general point that you were making. I wanted to be sure of the specifics. Thank you, General.
Thank you.
Can I just clarify something? General, still on that page, was there an occasion when you met Mr. Matlala for the first time that you, witness F, and Mr. Matlala were in your office at the same time, all three of you?
Not at all.
So when witness F says, on my arrival to General Sibiya's office, I delivered Mr. Matlala, then General Sibiya said to me, I'm reading from line 20 on 230, that never happened.
That never happened.
He's not being truthful when he says the three of you were in the office together and you gave him this instruction.
From where I'm sitting, I say that never happened, Chair.
Thank you.
General, you say that your office is structured, you have a PA and you have all of those people. They are the ones that would welcome your visitors or bring your visitors. With that, are you saying there's never been any circumstance where witness F has been involved with people coming or being brought to your office? Do you make that kind of a general statement? It's never happened.
Where witness F had to go fetch someone for me?
Yes.
No.
Or would bring someone to you?
No, witness F was never in my office, was not working in my office.
Okay. Thank you.
Lastly, at least on this issue, so on the day that you admit you actually met Mr. Matlala in connection with the contract, when he came to make a complaint or lodge a complaint with you, who brought him to your office? Do you remember?
My PA.
Thank you. Thanks, Ms. Hassan.
Thank you. Well, let's go through some of those interactions then. I just want to begin with this topic that you've already touched on, and it's that of impalas that were delivered to your home. Do you recall impalas being delivered to your home?
I've never had impalas delivered to my home.
Have you had impalas being delivered to any of your properties?
I have had, when I bought my property 9 years ago, Chair, when I bought my property 9 years ago, the previous owner, who was my next door neighbor, who said to me, I would love to have my kids next to me, and would you mind if I buy you out? I said, in any event, I want actually a plot because I like the farm life than this ones. So he says, okay, we agreed on an amount. Then he said to me, on a Sunday, he said, can you and your wife come, let me go show you something that I have. Yes. And he took us there, and I saw a nice plot with animals. Those, it was the water bugs, different type of animals, emus. There were two, and there were sheep. He said, I'll leave this with you because they rounded in the price.
Where was this exactly?
In Mnandi, in Centurion, near Copperleaf.
And when was this exactly?
9 years ago, I was already fired by the police, and when they gave me money, I bought that place. That's what happened. Now, I procured that place, as I bought that place, purchased that place, what I found it with some animals in them. And I carried on with the animals, but let me not go deep. I'll explain as time goes on. But impalas were never delivered in my office, other than whatever that I bought myself, I was buying gradually, because I went and bought a whole number of other, I went and bought sheep, goats, and added with some of them. I think I bought something like 4 or 6 impalas at that time. They were bought by my gardener at that time was a guy who used to work for me, and then he was a Zimbabwean. The police will know about him in Olivenwood Bosch. Will know about that guy because at some point he fought with his girlfriend, and then they were looking for him. He ran away. But at that time he was my gardener at that time. He was the one taking my kids to school as well, and then he was a driver as well. So whatever that I needed, I sent him around. So that is what happened. So I had a number of animals in the place.
Okay, but that was, you say, about 2017.
Yeah, 2017, 18 years.
Okay. All right, so let's go to the WhatsApp bundle. And I'd like to take you to the conversation on that begins at page 108. I think that's file 7.
Page 1.
108.
Sorry, Chair. I want to ask something, and maybe to be advised by my legal team as well, by my senior counsel as well, because it looked like there were some discussions in relation to the this statement as it is unsigned at this present point in time. Whether is it not part of the discussions that was held that says maybe in terms of the admissibility of this or not, or if the council says no, it's not part like General Sintumula's statement, compliance. So there was those such small discussions that I want to check before I respond. I am about to respond. I just want to check if there's nothing that I should be waiting maybe to take legal advice on.
Ms. Gillian, I'm not sure that I follow the point that the general is raising, but can you please assist?
It can sound confusing. There was a discussion between myself and the evidence leader pertaining to a supplementary affidavit filed in response to General Sentamuli's affidavit. At the start of the evidence, it was placed on record where this unsigned affidavit or statement, as it is now, is in the files. And I think that's what he's referring to, whether it's already before you or not. He's trying to ascertain whether he refers
That's
to it.
the general statement that Ms. Hassan referred to this morning.
That is what he is trying to locate.
Yeah.
And why I'm asking, Chair, is because of once we begin to talk about General Sentumula's statement, it was more about the impalas. And then I'm also being asked now in the topic that discusses that. So I wanted to just check the exact position, but I don't have a problem to respond. I'll respond. I just wanted to clarify that.
General, I think, Ms. Hassan, do you wish to respond?
To the extent that I understand the question, General Sentumule submitted an affidavit that was admitted into the record on, I believe, Friday morning. We received it then. We made it available immediately to the witness and his legal team. They consulted over the weekend and they provided a statement partly in response to General Sentamule's statement, which I've handed in as part of the record for today. So everything is admitted and part of our record, and we can certainly go to that statement if the General wishes to go to his statement in answering the question.
Am I correct that right at the beginning, the General confirmed the content of that statement?
That's correct. I did ask the
Yes,
witness to
yes.
confirm the correctness.
And he
did so.
The General did so.
And he obviously
Yes.
remains under oath. Yes.
Yes. General, I'm not sure that an issue arises out of this because you have confirmed the statement, indeed the content of the statement. So no issue should arise. It's a statement before us just like any other.
I'm satisfied.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So we were looking at.
Are you at page 108 now, General?
I'm on my guards, Chair. So,
General, those are the files I
File 7 of 10. File
I'm
7
moving my
of 10.
safety belt.
Those are the three files that we'd be using the most today.
Sorry.
Okay, so what we're looking at is the 21st of March, 2021. And this is a conversation, for context, this is a WhatsApp conversation between witness F and Mr. Matlala, who saved on his phone on this chat as cat security. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay, so on the 21st of March, if we pick it up from 6:47 a.m.
Ms. Hassim, the chats are actually numbered. If you look at the top, it's 1, then all the way down to 8. It's easier to find them if you refer to those chat numbers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chair. I'll do so.
Mr. Sim, maybe if I may add to that, perhaps it would help the General in particular if you explain the different sides of
Yes,
of this,
I'm
because this is
coming
the
to
first time that he looks at this, with us at least.
Absolutely. So 6:47 a.m. is chat number 3. I just want to know that you see chat number 3.
Chat number 3.
Yes.
The numbering is on the
It's
Yes,
on
I
the
see- I see
left-hand side.
left-hand side.
I follow
Yeah.
it,
You
Chair.
see that? Okay,
Thank
so
Thank you.
It goes sequentially, number 3, number 4, number 5. So number 3 is at 6:47. And what we see is a blank box, and underneath it, it says catch security. See that?
Yes.
In these chats, as they are depicted here, where there's a blank box, it indicates a call, a voice call. Where it's in gray, it's a call that's being made, it's a call that is incoming to witness F. And where there are chats in green, those originate from witness F. So just to explain that, do you follow what I'm saying?
I'm not so familiar with this, but I do follow messages as I read. The only thing that I wanted to just raise, Chair, is that obviously these are, what is the right word to use? They were handpicked, put together for the purpose of maybe me. Because remember that, Chair, when we talk about in my cell phone, I chat with a lot of people. But now they took that one, and then they make them follow one another like this. Now, for me to sit here and accept a chat that says, okay, do you see this chat? Followed by this chat. I don't know in between the chat who else he was talking to, but all I can see, I see where, okay, there is CAT security services, and then there's this one, then there is that one, but it's not how they are in the phone itself. So I will go along with that, but I'm raising it as a concern, Chair, before you, Chair, because the bottom line is that if we were given the whole phone or the whole thing the way it was, it would make everyone's life easy.
General, I'm not a tech-savvy person, but here's my understanding. If on my phone I have you as a contact and we're both on WhatsApp, when I search for you and I find you on WhatsApp, the chats that will be there will be chats only between you and me. That won't include chats with Commissioner Baloyi and chats with Commissioner Kumalo and so on. So it will just be those chats only.
Okay, Chair.
Is that not your understanding as well? Because if you had me as a contact on your end, you search for me, and I'm sure that all that you would find would be chats between the two of us. There wouldn't be any interpositioning of chats from other people. It would just be the two of us.
I take it, Chair.
Yeah, thank you.
And if I could just add to that, Chair, that the full chats that are relevant to the witness were provided, not just a few pages of the chats. The whole stream was provided. We, however, are only going to the parts that we have questions about, but the full set was provided.
Yes. Now, I think you had asked a question already or not?
Well, I just wanted to establish first
drawing, yes, all right.
that whether the witness can see that, one, I'm explaining to you that where it's a gray blank box, it's a voice call. And where it's green, it's by witness F, and gray, it's by the person with whom he's communicating. Okay?
But on the left-hand side, I see is gray. On the right-hand side, I see there is those green.
Yes.
Yes.
So the right-hand side, green, is witness F. Left-hand side, gray, is, in this case, CAT security. At other times, it's other people with whom he's communicating, as you'll see. So in chat number 3, what you see is at 6:47 a.m., a phone call is made by Mr. Matlala. And then at chat number 4, Mr. Matlala sends witness F a message saying, call me. That's at 6:52. In chat number 5, you see witness F calls Mr. Matlala. So there's a conversation there. And then at chat number 6, Mr. Matlala sends to witness F a voice note, which we'll play.
Where box where box was the sir. It is a significant of where was the
Could you hear that?
Yes.
Okay. And now if you look at page 333 of the chats, this is where there are chats between you and witness F. Page
Chats?
333.
Which page is that? 333.
333.
Got it, Chair.
Okay, thanks. So if we go to 333, you'll see that this is the conversation between you and witness F. And I'm looking specifically at chat number 4. You've got it.
Chat number 4, yes. It just says chat number 4, and then I see nothing.
You'll see a voice note again. It says Opus. But first, so it's chat number 4, but the timestamp is important. It says 7:24. And if you recall what we looked at, and I can just display it again for you so you can see it for ease of reference. In the previous chat that we were looking at between witness F and Mr. Matlala, the voice note that we just played was sent at 7:24. Do you see that? 7:24:01.
Yes.
Now here at 3:33 on the same day at 7:24:55, so 7:24 and 55 seconds, witness F forwards the same voice note that he received from Mr. Matlala to you. And we'll just play it again so that this voice note, so you can see it's the same.
Before you do that, Ms. Hassan, if you would just say, what is 333? Whose downloads are this? Because we don't-
Sorry, I thought I did.
No, you haven't.
This is the conversation between witness F, the WhatsApp conversation between witness F and the witness.
That you have said. What I'm asking is, are these downloads from witness F's phone? or from Mr. Matlala's phone?
Can you see where box?
These are downloads from witness F's phone. So all of the chats that we're going to are downloads from witness F's phone. But you'll see we go between conversations that witness F has with several people. And in this case, it is Mr. Matlala, and now we're going to what was downloaded from witness F's phone in relation to you, the conversations he had with you. Okay?
And regarding the point you made about possible interpositioning, General, my understanding of what Ms. Hassim is saying is that we have now stepped off the chats between witness F and Mr. Matlala. Now this is a different set of chats. Remember what I said about me searching for you and then finding only our chats. So now this is a different set of chats. And according to Ms. Hassim, these are now chats between witness F and you. Yes.
Would it help to just place 317 on the record, just so that he confirms his phone number? And then,
Thank you. Can you go to page 317, please? Sorry, Chair, my computer's just frozen here.
General, are you on 317?
I am.
While Ms. Hassim is sorting out her computer.
I'm there.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks. Okay, General, what you'll see at 317 is the numbers that are used in this chat exchange, this particular chat that we're looking at. And there's a number that's saved as General Sibiya and in brackets, Deputy National Commissioner. Do you see that?
Yes,
It's the third number.
that's my number.
That's your number. Okay. So if we can go back to 333,
Back to?
333.
Yes.
So remember, I first played you the clip from Mr. Matlala to witness F.
Yeah.
Immediately after witness F receives that voice note from Mr. Matlala, he forwards it to you because we see that on the timestamp 724. And I think Ms. Poe already played the voice clip. Do you want it to be played again, or do you accept that that's the same voice clip?
No, I accept it. That's the same first clip.
And then in the very next message, number 5, at 7:25, so
Can-
very
can
next
we-
message.
Can we place on record what that voice note says, please?
There is a transcript of the voice note in the record.
The voice is just too guttural for me, and I can hardly hear what's being said.
Chair, if you bear with me for a moment, maybe I can just show you the transcript of that voice note.
Or in the meantime, whilst you're looking for the transcript, if anybody can tell us what's being said, we can in the meantime go by that. But of course, the transcript is the best. Oh. General, were you able to hear what's being said?
Yes, I know about it. And he just said, hello, sir, please send us drop us the pin drop where the bugs, the impalas must be dropped.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so you did recognize it. Chair, do you still want me to go to the transcript? The quickest way I could find it was actually when it was played in the hearing when witness F was speaking. And let me just read you what it says again. It says, sorry to bother you so early. Can you send me a pin drop where the bucks, the impalas must go to, please, sir? If you can just send me a pin drop where it must go to.
Thank you. Please continue, Ms. Hassan.
So that voice note is sent to you immediately after it's received from Mr. Matlala. And then immediately after that, witness F sends you a message saying, morning, it's from Cat. Do you see that? That's in number 6, chat number 6.
Morning is from Cat, yes.
And then if you go to,
Is it 6 or 5?
it's 5.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
And then the next message, which is number 6, is from you at 8:39 a.m. and it's a voice call to witness F. Okay? Do you see that?
Chat number 6,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. So let me pause there before we go further. Do you recall this exchange between you and witness F?
Chair, I do recall, although I don't have my gadgets, but I can't deny them.
Okay. So you received a voice note asking you where must the impalas be delivered. And then you call witness F. Do you recall the content of your conversation with witness F
With witness F. Yeah.
after he sent you this voice
Yes.
note?
I don't know if I should read from my statement, but because of the truth is your truth is what happened. What I can say basically is that as the animals kept on dying, and they were dying, I am left with one. Some call it impala, some call it buck, some call it what is the right word? But what I is still there now. These are the animals that I found in the plot. Is this one that will have horns, that will have that look like a tree, but they died one by one.
When did they die?
What some will call it water bug. But now that I had,
So, but when did they die?
they died gradually since from 20. I may not be right in terms of the date, but they were dying. You will find 1 or 2 dead. But when I started building the wall, a lot of them were eating the rope. As they deliver the bricks that build the wall, then at night, I don't know, they eat this rope that ties the bricks so that they don't fall apart. Now, when you wake up in the morning, you find that the stomach is raised and it's dead. So they were that's how they died gradually. And then that's when I sent one of my guys to try and replace, because they were almost to nothing. I was left with something like 6, somewhere there. I'm not reading my statement now. But the last ones that died, they died around, I don't know whether it was, but it was, I've got a date maybe when I go through the statement. But then what I did is, because Nkosi, I was already acquainted to him now because they come to my office, to my house regularly. Even everybody, when it's just a commissioners, I don't want to explain it too long stories if like I must stick to the story, but it needs a background and an explanation. When they come to my place, they've known that I've got goats and sheep, and
They being who?
when I say they, with the excitement that I had when I was back to the police, I started, we had a good relationship with the National Commissioner. They were coming a lot also to my place, and other colleagues, senior management. They could see there are no bugs. There has been bugs. Now there has been bugs, but I had that one that is still there now. Now, it was very frustrated because sometimes you see it running all over and then sometimes jumping on goats or sheep. Then I said to Fanny, I don't have time to go look for a mate for this thing. I'm all over, I'm working, and even my family will not see me because I would leave 4 o'clock in the morning, come late when the children are sleeping. Then he was normally helping me. He said, no, don't worry, Mpati. I will assist you to get one, a mate. Now, when at some point in a meeting, I was in meetings, long meetings, then I did get that voice note that says, he forwarded it to me. As to how, because Nkosi he said in one of his statements, he's a professional hunter, he's a hunter as well, that no, I know farmers that will assist you with this thing. I said, it's okay. Then he sent me that voice note. To me, it's okay. He said he will find it. Now, he said, where the bugs, the impalas. Now, I needed only one, but I thought maybe he wasn't so sure he took a male and a female. But he said the bugs, the impalas. Now, when he said the bugs and the impalas, when I got a break, I called him. I said, I just hope you know what I want, what is in the yard, not any other. And then already at that time, in their mind, it was impalas. I said, no. I don't want the impala because they did and they can't survive in any other place. I just need a partner for this one so that it's still alive and I don't want to kill it, to slaughter it. And it was not to me.
What was remaining? What was it? Was it an impala? What was it?
It's a water bug.
Water bug. Oh.
It's a water bug. I don't know.
General, in your statement, you call it a blessed bog.
A blessed bog, yes. And then another one will call it an antelope. So I don't know. I'm not an expert on those ones, Chair, and you'll forgive me for that. But this is what I found. Now, the problem is that,
if I'm not mistaken, I think antelope is generic for
yes,
different types. Yeah.
Chair, I had a lot of, where I grew up from home, we had goats now and chickens. But that's the lifestyle I grew up on. I wanted to own them in a plot, in the farm. It's not a farm, it's a plot. So I wanted to own them. The sheep I found there. So I added goats. Now, as I was maintaining them together with the wild animals that I'm not really slaughtering, selling, I wanted to at some point think that I could, but I realized that they were taking a lot of money from me. And then I was not affording. To me, when the number reduced, dying, I could not replace the wild animals because what's the point of keeping animals that were not selling, that were not eating, just to keep them and they're taking, I was spending more than 12,000 rand a month. I realized that it's not sustainable. So I didn't need them. But all I needed was this. As a result, I said, no, I don't need it. Because initially I spoke to him and then asked him how and when he was going there. In my case, I said, no, don't, because I don't need impalas anymore and I needed only one pack and that he could not get. And that is where it all ended because I couldn't proceed with that thing because even in terms of affordability, they need space, they need a lot of grass. I was not affording, so I could not take them. So they were not delivered. Even Mr. Matlala himself did say that they were not delivered.
Okay, so there are two things arising from that. The first is you confirm that this was Mr. Matlala who was providing you with these.
I've never confirmed that. I spoke to Nkosi. Nkosi never actually said to me he was going to speak to Mr. Matlala.
Right, when when you get that message with the voice note, the very next message that's sent to you is, morning, it's from Cat. And it's not morning, it's from Mr. Matlala or from some person you don't know well. It's morning, it's from Cat. So you knew where it was coming from.
No, for simple reasons. The fact that I never allowed them to come, to me, it was a rested point. I never allowed them to come. Because even if he said, when he said from Mr. Matlala, to me, I realized that, look, I don't want anything from anybody. Chair, I can safely tell you something. I know my counsel said to me, hey, you don't have to sponsor this thing when you are not asked. But I want to prove something.
May I say this, Ms. Gillian, from last week already, I came close to saying to you, your client is sailing very close to possibly divulging client-lawyer confidences. But perhaps the general should continue.
I take note.
Yes.
I've learned, Chair. I'm really sorry to my counsel.
I'm not saying you have. Perhaps what you are touching on is not necessarily something confidential. I'm sure if it was, Ms. Gillian would say something in that regard. Please continue.
Yeah, no, she was just trying to advise me that don't talk too much. Be short. So that's why I'm saying it, Chair. But what I was saying is that there's a friend that I have in Zimbabwe. At some point, it was my birthday. And a friend said to me, my friend, I want to buy you a present, but I'm far. I will send you some money. And I said, it's okay, but you must know that it's something that I have to declare. And then he said, it's okay. Then, in an attempt to surprise me, I was sent 20,000 rand. I went straight to the bank. I said, I don't need this thing. I don't want it. It's going to put me in trouble. Reverse this transaction. I don't need. And it happened. So I'm saying, anything that I know that this one is a no-go area, because I've lived with this thing and I've charged many people for this thing, I could not go ahead. That's when I stopped. Even this one, there was no animal that was delivered on account of Mr. Matlala or Nkosi to my place. Never.
Did it? I mean, given your explanation about the Zimbabwe gift that you reversed, are you saying that these animals were not delivered to you because you stopped it? You stopped it because you didn't think it was an appropriate thing to come from Mr. Matlala?
No.
I'm just asking, just to understand
No.
what you're saying.
Firstly, they were not what I wanted. Because I didn't need many. I needed one to match this one that I have. And then when he said, can you please send me the pin drop where the bugs, the animals, so it was two things. Then when I called and said, but you spoke about bugs and impalas, I don't need impalas. And at that time, they've been dealing with the impalas. I don't need impalas because I don't have space. They need a very vast bush, thick bush where there is grass and trees and everything. Now they can't live in a very small contained plot. Already I've lost many, the few that I've lost, so I couldn't get. But above all, in terms of affordability, Chair, when I came back to the police, my salary went down deep dive to an extent that for me to afford now to have 6,000 to 12,000 that I must spend on animals that I'm not even slaughtering or selling, I couldn't. So I'm just putting it here that it never came. I didn't need them.
General, accepting for a moment that they did not come, I mean, how does Mr. Matlala get involved in your desire to acquire whatever type of animal it is that you needed? Because the message is clear that it's from cat and you are told that it's from cat. How does Mr. Matlala get involved in that?
My only concern is that when you speak to Nkosi and Nkosi says to you and to
I think that horse has bolted, General. It bolted some answers back.
I'm sure the chair realized what I did, and I was caught off guard.
I think we've reached a point where it's farcical to try to avoid the name. It's all farcical. Let's just continue.
I was talking to a colleague that I were very close to. And even myself, I've been giving him pit bulls from my yard. So these pit bulls, I don't want, they're eating my chickens, take them. So that's the kind of lifestyle that we're living, me and him. Now when I talk to him and then he would say to me, no, let me see what I can do, where I can find them, because he's a hunter as well. He said it in one of his things. So when they go all over around, he knew many people that I didn't know. I found him in the police. So to me, I spoke to him. I never expected that he will go speak to somebody. When he says he's from so-and-so, you also need a way of pulling back. When you see that this thing is now beginning to cross the line, you pull back. Hence, I didn't allow anything to come my way. It wasn't delivered.
General, you have said to us that the witness did not bring Mr. Matlala to your office. And so you met Mr. Matlala independent of the witness. And so that's what you've said to us. But then, and that was according to you in January 2024, maybe February 2024. But now it's March the 21st. And he says to you, morning, it's from Ket. Now, the first thing is, what did you know about his relationship with Ket? Because here he expects that you know who's Ket. I mean, the familiarity. He doesn't say Mr. Matlala. He says it's from Ket. What did you know about his relationship with the person that he refers to as Ket? And why would he have thought you would know who he's speaking about when he says it's Ket? So it's two questions.
If the commissioner remember very well, we were already past the stage of having met Ket, because we met Ket initially when he came to the office. I got to know that he knows Ket, and he knows Ket very well. So Ket was someone who was up and down. Even when he was there, he did.
So you came to know because you discussed Ket with him?
Yes, we did. Ket did indicate that, no, I know many people here. I know many of your colleagues there.
Yeah. So Ket told you that on the day that you met him for the first time. He told you, I know this gentleman.
Yes, because when he left there, they took him to another brigadier in there.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I just want to understand how you get to a point where you discuss with the witness, Mr. Matlala. So you meet Mr. Matlala according to you, in January, maybe February, depending on what you said in the ad hoc committee. Either one, it doesn't matter to me whether it's January or February for purposes of this conversation. But it is now in March, so maybe a month or two, you're told, morning, this voice note is from Ket. There is an expectation, clearly, that you know who he's talking about. you say to us, yeah, well, I did discuss them. And I'm wanting to know at which point do you discuss with Mr. Matlala? At which point do you talk about Mr. Nkosi with Mr. Matlala before the 21st of March? And at which point do you discuss Mr. Matlala with Mr. Nkosi? From the
Commissioners,
time you met him up to the 21st of March.
Commissioners, remember that from the day I met Kat, Mr. Matlala, at the offices, leading to that day or those charters.
The 21st of March,
Yes,
yeah.
in between. Mr. Matlala has been an interactive type of a person with many police officials that he knew. We've been to college. This is where he's been a service provider. We've been to college. And then I did see him at the college myself, where they had their own gazebo as well there. I also saw him there. So we have interacted with Mr. Matlala. I never said I never interacted with him completely, because therefrom, we, just like any other normal relationship that develops or that starts, I started knowing Mr. Matlala there. All I knew was not to cross the line.
General, you are being asked about the period between January 2024 and March 2024. Now, Mr. Matlala is not a service provider to subs during that period. So when you make reference to gazebos and visits to the clinic, for the purposes of the question, you are being asked, the day you met Matlala in January of 2024, until this date on the 21st of March 2024. So you limit it only to that period. And then you answer Commissioner Baloy's question. Only. So it's a 2-month period, really.
I think, Commissioner Kumalo, you are the one who's misunderstanding in this case, in a sense that when he came to see me in January, he already had a tender.
But General, he didn't have it. Can we just accept as a fact? And then you can speak from there. The tender was awarded in
June.
In June 2024. That's fact. Now you are interacting. So you can check that if you want, but it is in June 2024. That's fact. You are interacting with him in March 21. Between
March.
January and March, yes. 24 is what these texts are about. And you say, in that period, already in March 2024, that's what you say. I've been interacting with Mr. Matlala. Then you have to explain to us that if the tender was not yet awarded, how are you, and what about are you interacting with him?
What I may request, Chair, in fact, is that where I mixed the dates is not out of an intention to misrepresent the facts. I'm working from memory. I don't have anything, and I'm not making an excuse. Where I should take it from is from when Mr. Matlala came to the office. I know it's January 20. I know it's in January the 17th, somewhere there. Now, whether I might have mixed 2024 and 2025, it may be maybe that point that I need to fix. But I don't remember meeting or talking to Kat or Mr. Matlala before that. I don't remember
Before,
that.
when you say before that, does that refer to the award of the contract? What does that refer to?
The award of the contract, I don't know about when it started really in involving. Yeah, I don't know that much about the awarding of the tender at that point in time.
General, Advocate Balo is going to ask you her question. I'm just giving you the timeline. The healthcare contract that SAPS awarded to Medicare 24 was advertised on the 31st of January 2024. So if you met Mr. Matlala on the 17th of January 2024, that tender had not even been advertised at that stage. And it was only awarded on the 14th of June in 2024. So I think Advocate Baloy will ask the question again, and maybe you can then answer the question. But I've given you the timeline to assist you.
Well, General, I'm prepared for purpose of my discussion with you to even accept, just for purpose of our discussion, to accept that you may have met Mr. Matlala in January, you may have had a meeting with him in January 2025, but what we know from these texts is you are engaging with him in 2024, in March. You are talking to him. And the question still remains, what did you know about, in March 24, what did you know about Mr. Nkosi's relationship with Mr. Matlala and that relationship, and why would the Sergeant Nkosi know that you know Matlala when he says to you, morning it's from Cat in March 24 already? So he knows at this point that you know who he's referring to. And the question is, well, what did you know about that relationship in March 2024? What was the nature of your relationship at that point?
What is still disturbing me, Chair, and putting me a little bit of balance is the fact that when I look at Mr. Matlala was searched, I think, in December 2024. And what I know is that in December 2024, when he was searched, I've never interacted with him. Now I'm talking December 2024. I've never interacted with him going up to now. Now, that's why I'm working now on 2024. And that is why in my mind, it tells me that it was January 2024. So I might be wrong in terms of the timelines and the date, but I'm just saying, I'm basing that on the fact that if he was raided in 2024, December, I never spoke to him or met him. 2024, since then, December. Now, I say it could not be that I met him in January the 17th, 2025. Hence, I'm saying, if I'm mixing the date at this present moment, it's something that I just need to sit down, do the timelines. But because of the fact that I don't have my gadget, I don't have access to the office, the resources, whatever, that could be a weakening factor in terms of how I recall some of the dates. So the intention is not to mislead or to lie, but I might be mixing something somewhere, but I will accept where I made a mistake.
I think I'll hand over to Ms. Asim now, but I just want to say that I'm also not trying to involve you in a memory test, of remember as you're sitting there and then we catch you out because you don't remember things. That's not the point of this. It's to get clarification from your explanations. So, and that's why I said to you, to me, it really doesn't matter for purpose of a discussion whether you met him in 24 or in 25. But I'm prepared to work on the basis that you met him in January 24 because you say by the time he was raided in December, you had not spoken to him. So I'm prepared to work with your dates. My question still remains, and it's my question so that I understand your evidence, that in March 2024, what we've established or what we know for a fact from evidence and from documents is the Medicare contract was awarded in June 2024. We know that as a fact. So when you speak to him in March 2024 rather, he doesn't have the contract yet. We know that as a matter of fact. He doesn't have the contract because the contract is given only in June 2024. And so the question is, the interaction that you say, because you say after you met him in January, you then now had interactions with him between that January and March, those interactions before he got the contract or the tender, what are they about? And what does Mr. Sergeant Nkosi know about your relationship with Mr. Matlala as at March 2024? It's really the question that I'm seeking you to clarify.
Chair, my response is going to depend mostly on the document that I want to produce so that I satisfy myself that this is the date I met this person in the office with a lawyer. Now, once I have that, I should be able to respond to the commissioner's question at this point in time. So all I'm asking is just to have an opportunity to be able to have those documents in front of me, and then I say, this is the date I met him.
Okay, I think that's a fair request. We'll come back to it. But can I just put this proposition to you for comment? That if the documents that you are going to look at indicate or show that the contract was not awarded in January 24, in fact, let me say it differently. If your documents are going to show that the contract was in fact awarded in June 2024, as we say the evidence points out, then when you were speaking to whatever interaction you had with Mr. Matlala between January 24 and March 24, as per 2024, as per this WhatsApp message, it could not have been about the contract. If the contract was awarded in June, it logically follows. If contract was in June 24, whatever you were discussing with him by March 24, 2024, it can't be the awarded contract. It's something else.
One thing that I wanted these commissioners to know is that I've never engaged with Mr. Matlala on any other issue other than
awarded contract.
I don't know about this security, his other dealing, his other cases. The time I spoke to him will be on 3 issues that they will come as the line of questioning comes. But what I know is that what started my first meeting with him was about that.
Right. All right. Thank you. Thanks, General.
Let us adjourn and resume at 12:30.